Hello, grade 9s, and welcome to our video on section 4.1, how to solve simple equations. So we're going to talk now about solving equations. Now, to solve an equation means to find the value of the variable that makes the statement true. Solutions are also sometimes called roots. And to solve a one-step equation, we need to isolate the variable by performing the opposite operation. So this is just a visual. We're going to do an example together. But notice that we have an equation here. It's an equation because we have an equal sign. And it says that there's a certain value of x that if I take away 3, it will equal 7. And I could do some guess and check to try and figure out what this is. But as my numbers get bigger and harder to work with, I need a strategy that's always going to work. So the strategy we use is called isolating the variable. Okay, and to isolate it, we do the opposite operation. So since something is being subtracted from x, we're subtracting 3 from x. If we were to add 3, we would undo the subtracting. Okay, so when I subtract 3 and then I add 3, it's like nothing happened to x. So then I can figure out what x is. But if I add 3 to the left-hand side, I also have to add 3 to the right-hand side. So when I add 3 on the right-hand side, 7 plus 3 doesn't give me 0, it gives me 10. And that tells me that x must be equal to 10. Let's take a look at another example. So if you were to print out the handout that you can find in your weekly planner, you can just fill in the blanks. Otherwise, you can copy this onto a separate sheet of paper. So our example is x plus 4 equals 3, and we need to figure out what can we add to 4 to get 3. Our goal is to get the variable, which is x, by itself. To get x by itself, we have to get rid of this plus 4 over here. The 4 is being added to x, so to get rid of the 4, you have to do the inverse or opposite of what's already being done. The inverse of addition is subtraction. So if I want to get rid of the 4, I have to do the opposite of adding 4, which is subtracting 4. And if I do it to one side of the equation, I also have to do it to the other side of the equation. So if I take x and I add 4 and then I take away 4, this is like x plus 0. On this side, though, 3 minus 4 isn't 0. It's negative 1. So that means that x plus 0, or just x, is equal to negative 1. Okay. Let's take a look at another example. Here we have a different variable, w, and whatever w is, if we subtract 6, we get 8. Our goal is to get w by itself. To get w by itself, you have to get rid of the negative 6. Since 6 is being subtracted from w, to get rid of the 6, we have to do the inverse, or the opposite of what's already being done. The opposite of subtracting is adding, or addition. So if I add 6 to both sides, then here I'll get w plus 0, which is just w. On this side, I won't get 0. 8 plus 6 is 14. So I'll find out that w is 14. Okay. We also can work with multiplication and division. So here we're trying to get y by itself. If I want to get y by itself, I need to get rid of the 4. Okay. The 4 is being multiplied. By y. So if I want to get rid of the 4, I have to do the opposite, or the inverse of what's already being done. The inverse of multiplying is division. So the opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. If I do it to the left side, I also have to do it to the right side. If I take 4 and divide by 4, I just get 1y. If I take 12 and divide by 4, I get 3. Now we know we don't need this 1 in front of the y. That's the same as just saying y. So y equals 3. Okay. There's going to be another video that follows this. Thank you.